Hi guys, today we'll talk about FlexCard. So I will try to explain you how FlexCard works on the Salesforce ecosystem. So we will see how to create a new FlexCard, how to configure data source, how to activate the FlexCard, publish FlexCard, and also add FlexCard on the home page. So the scenario of today, we will display information about the last case created in the org. So we will show the case number, the status, and the subject. And as you can see in the image, this is an example of the FlexCard that we will build using Velocity FlexCard. So let's go to the org. Okay, I am already connected in my Salesforce org. This is the Velocity training org. So to build a flex card, let's go to Omnistudio App. So in the Omnistudio app, you see we have here OmniScript, Velocity card, Omnistudio flex card, and so on. So we choose the Omnistudio flex card and let's create a new flex card. So the first thing we have to keep in mind here is the name, the title, and the author is required. And this three field is a primary key is as API name of the flex card. So two flex card cannot have the same name, the same title, and the same author. So let's give this name to our flex card. Let's call it training. Is details and as title like training. Okay, the author is learning. Here we have the terms. We have two type of terms, lining or new poll. You will see it next time. And we have this option uh, is child card. So this checkbox allows user to allow user to specify if the flex card can be added in the other flex card or not. So for now, we don't need to check this. So let's go to the next level where we have to select the data source. So if we continue, and the flex card have too many type of data source. We have the SOQL query, the SOSL, we have the Apex remote, we can also have the Apex REST, Data Raptor, REST API, integration procedure, and so on. So for today, we will use directly a SOQL query. So in the next video, I will show you how to use how to create and use a data raptor in FlexCard. So let's go to next. Here we have the details about we have the file query where it's required. So if you want help, you can click on the button on the help button to get a small description. So our query is to select. We want the last here we want the last ID the last case created on the org. So we will select ID, the case number, we will take also the subject, the status from case. We add the, we say order by created date, order by created date, this, and we'll add the limit 1. So in the option, we also have the order by. So I can remove this here. I will order by created date and just keep the limit 1 and reverse order. So if we click next, now we don't need parameter in our FlexCard because we will directly take the case. So if I fetch here, I have the last, you will see I have here the last case created in the org. I have the subject, the status, case number, and also the number of records returned, the record size, and the performance. So let's continue. So now that our FlexCard is created, you can see here, here is a FlexCard designer. So in the FlexCard designer, we have the header, which display information about the FlexCard. We can have the author, the status, if it's a child card or not, the last modified, the terms, the description. And we have also the builder panel. The builder panel contains all the elements that can be added in the FlexCard. And in this side, we have a canvas. A canvas is a panel where the element is drag and drop to get data. And also here we have the device. Here we can choose with which device we are working. So we also have the property panel. So here is to show the property of the card. We have the style where we can change the CSS style of the FlexCard. We have the setup where we have the configuration, the configuration property of the FlexCard. So let's continue. Now the goal is to build a FlexCard like the one I showed to you before. So let's add the first element. We can use a block element. If you are here, let's drag and drop a block element. No, here is not the block element, here is an action. Let's drag block element. Okay, let's call it case title. Let's call it title card title. Okay, so the block element is an element that can contain too many others element. So we will now add a rich text in the we will add a rich text in our block element. So I will add this header. You can just call it header. So in the header, we can now change the name. We can change the value to case details. Now, as field, we can add the case numbers. So we can also change the CSS, the style of the text. So I will use directly a rich text. So I can add the text hard bold, change the size, put in the center, and let's go back to the style. We can change the color to success. Now you see we have the case details, we have the information, we have the case numbers. So let's add the new block element to display information about case. So when I add the new block element, I will call it case description block, and the collapsible is just to add the collapse in the block. So I can close or open the block as a for example, a collapsible option make the blocks like a accordion in Lightning Web component. So we can change here and give the name case description and in. Okay, so let's continue. Now we can add a field output to display information about our case. So you note that I can resize the size of my element. I can do this directly in the canvas, or I can go here in the setup. I can go here in the style, in the dimension element, and I can choose the size. So this is how I can update the size of an element in the canvas. Now let's configure this element. So if I return to the property, I can add a label. Let's call it number. This is the case number, so its output is a text, and we have here is a text, and here is a case number. So let's add the second element. If I add I will also add directly these ones. So here I will add the case status. I can change the label in status, and in the output is text, and choose here status. Now I have the case status. Then I can add here a subject, and here I will have subject. Okay, now I can resize my text element. So here we have the information about the last case, for example. So I can also preview to see how this element will be displayed in the FlexCard. If you go to preview, so in the preview blocks we have the details about the card, so we can collapse the case description. Okay, now let's see how. So this is how the preview element works. Now now that we have built our FlexCard, let's activate it. So I go here and click on activate. My FlexCard will now be converted in a Lightning Web Component. Okay, now that my FlexCard is activated, I can publish it. So to publish a FlexCard, we have these different elements. If the FlexCard is exposed, we have the abbreviation, the names, the description. We also have the target, where user can choose, where we can choose where. Here we choose where the FlexCard will be visible. So we can add the FlexCard in the app page, home page, record page. If we choose community page, the FlexCard will be able to be added in a community page. So let's save. Okay, so now that our FlexCard is published, let's go to the sales, to the service console. So if I go here to edit page, let's remove this one, and now look for the last one that we have created. So here we have our Lightning Web Component, so I can add it in the home page. You see, if we go back, Here we have information about the case, the last case details. Okay, thank you guys. Hope you have enjoyed this video. In the next video, I will show you how to create a data raptor and how to call a data raptor in a FlexCard. So thank you. Bye.